like to welcome everybody to this newest edition of the Men's Room. And tonight we have a special guest, my brother
Yes, sir.
Isaac Cooper.
Yes, sir.
Man, if you guys hadn't been keyed into social media, if you guys aren't involved in basketball in any way, you may not know this brother. But let me tell you something. This brother is the truth. A very positive young man, and he has skills like I hadn't seen before. So I like to welcome you to the show tonight, Ice.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to be here. I want to thank you and the whole team behind it. Y'all support each other. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I always look to have a familiar team. Do the same for everything I wish to do. And I just want to say, not only do I thank y'all, but y'all inspire me, and more than a pleasure to be on the platform. I look to do it, many more times as well.
Oh yeah, we will definitely bring you back. So let's lock in and get started, man. Who's your favorite? We're gonna start with the NBA because this is just something I want to know. Who's your favorite player?
I think it's a great question. I can start by saying I have honestly I would say two equally, and they just so happen to be one of the both of the prominent guards. One is Kyrie Irving, for many reasons,
Right.
of course, not just basketball, honestly, because I like to say that for people like myself, I want to make impact not only on the court but off the court, and he's
Right.
done that. Whether people agree with the things that he necessarily promotes, or his take on things, I just respect him for both, and Steph Curry for many reasons as well. Being able to influence and change the game, you know what I mean, and just not going with all the narratives, and just a real inspiration and example of perseverance. And I've just so happened to be blessed to be in the same gym a couple of times with both, to
Oh wow.
train to train. Shout out to Anthony Porter, I'm possible skills training, worldwide.
So you were in the same gym with Steph Curry?
Yeah. So Anthony and Michael Lancaster, which are two of the main CEOs for the Impossible training worldwide, and
Okay.
y'all could look it up on YouTube, etc. But they've trained with multiple NBA teams, and I just blessed to be a part of it and be in the same presence. You know what I mean? I wasn't working as much as I was now with them, but I just so happened to be there, the right day, right time, and got to see some real work with some real high level basketball players, and I continue to do the same, and I just think it's a blessing despite all I've been through, and I just look to keep pushing forward, and try to be in the right place at the right time with the right people, and it's been working out for me lately, to be honest.
Man, do you think that SGA is the best player in the league right now, man? I mean, because they're giving him this hype, and I'm just like, man, I mean, he has
Okay.
a nice floor game and his mid-range is incredible. But
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
to be the best in the league, I mean, I think he's missing a little bit of above the rim, maybe, or maybe he's missing the assists. Something's missing there, man, in my
I
opinion.
got you. Okay.
What do you think?
Well, I thank you for asking my opinion, honestly, because I'm gonna give everyone has an opinion, everyone has a perspective, but I like to, I can have, maybe I say, a little experienced perspective, even and get the game as well, so just to be open-minded is a big thing. And I want to say off of that, of course, I would put SGA, honestly, as well as the people that I think are the best. I'll say I'll put him in that top, maybe even top 5 at the moment.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Okay. Hey, but I just on the optimistic side, to commend the man's game, Sean, and
Right.
men's room as well. All watchers and will be watchers of the men's room. I want to say that
Be honest how you feel, bro. It's okay. You can
I will.
smash him if you need to smash his head.
Hey,
Smash his head, man.
okay.
It's up to
I
you, man.
agree. Like the man, hey, he could hey, if you can get some free throws, man, hey, can't nobody knock it. You know what I'm saying? And if you can get
Yeah,
some free throws, you're able to draw fouls. It is a true talent, a knack for the game, awareness. Um, him leading his team last year, MVP, championship. We got to give the credit where credit's due for that as well. I agree
right.
with that. I will say this, like you said, I'm not gonna say that he necessarily, maybe he hasn't proven as much as we that he should to be able to get some of the I guess necessary praise that he is getting. But I feel like if he can continue, like I said, and like you said, I don't knock anybody's hustle and grind, or whatever the fact may be, but just hypothetically speaking, if he was to get in, like a training program, like I say necessarily for ours, and he has great footwork, but like you said, if he can get maybe some hang time to his game, you know what I mean, and get, like I got some great hand-eye coordination drills that
Yeah,
just like I said, just
yeah.
broadly speaking, that I would love to even show him personally.
To me,
Not
you
saying he
earned them.
doesn't have those skills, but the fact, like, you know what I mean, if he can be able to, he's great at finishing around the rim, but directly evading and attacking, going from the arc, all the way to the basket. If he can, get like 10 more consistent buckets like that, and like you said, if he could do it on a consistent basis, and get a little hang time with him, he has a jump shot, but if he can develop, a straight 1-2, um, whether it be like, he's good off the dribble, but if he can get
Yeah,
like, 1-2 catch, eyes locked in on the rim, and become like, a more of a spot up shooter when they necessarily need him to be, then I think we could definitely have that conversation. You know what I mean? So I don't disagree. I don't agree. I don't necessarily, not agree with it.
right, right. Understood.
That's
What
that's just
man? What
that's just Ice Murray's take on it, if I can
what
say.
what, what do you think about Luca to the Lakers? How's that played out?
Okay. I like this question. If I may, which I thank the the men's room for allowing me to do so.
Oh yeah,
Um, the Lakers. Okay, I have one of my friends, and I believe you may even be familiar with him as well. But shout out to Cuffs the legend. He's a sports insider. He actually is one of the LeBron's friends. Happened to train him and Kevin Durant for a little period of time, etc. That's a little backstory. You know what I mean? Just throwing that out there. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say that just being around, like I said, some familiar faces and stuff like that. I'll
right.
say that I like that LeBron went there. Um, just
But
for a
Luke,
leg,
but Luke,
not for legacy
Luca,
wise.
Luca. Well,
Okay,
all right.
we're
So here's
talking
the
about.
question.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay,
Luke,
but I'm
I
okay.
got LeBron right after. I got LeBron's question right
Oh,
after this.
okay, awesome.
Right after this,
Okay,
I got
okay.
LeBron
Well,
right
well,
after
Luke,
this.
well, Luca. Okay, so even Luca. Let's say like, okay, he came in. I believe it was around midnight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
That trade happened at midnight. Nobody knew it was going to happen.
Nobody.
I'll say exactly, and I'll say, I'll say that I like that they brought in, they tried to find, I guess, a star besides LeBron. Um, I like that they brought him in. I loved when he was at Dallas more. I thought him and Kyrie, given any team, any talent, just because you first get together, it takes time to thread things out. Whether it be, what I'm saying, they got to build a relationship personally. You have to build a relationship on the floor. You know what I mean? Chemistry
Yeah.
between everybody. It
Yeah.
has to be developed. And I say that I like the move to get Luca to Los Angeles, whether it be for their marketing, whether it be ticket sales, whatever the fact may be. Besides him being just a player there, and a superstar there. I like the fact that him and obviously Bronny's dad, they just have young players that if I'm a young player there, for example, is what I'm trying to say, Sean, that I would love to be in a position like that. So for the people that are, not necessarily the superstars, for example, one of my guys, he happens to be African American Asian like me, Rui Hachimara.
Rui Hachimura, yeah, man. I like his game.
So yeah, shout out to him, man. I love his game as well. And just I feel like that his ceiling only increased because of his surrounding.
Yeah.
You follow me, Sean? You know what I'm saying? So God, not only do I have LeBron over here on my right shoulder, but I could turn to my left shoulder and this guy's not only changing the game, he's been dominating all of the guys that we say are elite scorers since 17 years old, came across seas. We doubt that they would necessarily do the same, and now he's top 3.
Nice.
So I love the move for it. I love Luka's game. I love, most importantly, and besides skills in the skill lab, me personally, but despite our curriculum teachings, Sean,
right.
I love to just give an emphasis on pace. And that's why I love on pace. Yes, sir.
Right.
Like I love that
dictate your speed, staying in your speed.
Yes, sir. And knowing when to change out of it. You know? Yes, sir. So I love that, and I respect you. Like off the bat, we got on the interview, you commended me on my game. And I want to say that whether I'm just starting to play basketball or I'm I've been playing basketball for years. I just want to tell everybody from me, under any time I teach, or if you hear about one of my teachings or anything I've told a player, you know what I mean, trained with a player, coached a player, and told them, I want to guarantee that it will be the same story. And when it involves pace, it involves the same context. Despite you being good at dribbling or not being necessarily good at dribbling at all, if you learn your pace and you learn your role, you can only gradually increase if you try. And I just want to, I just want to set stone on that. So for any of my ballers out there, whether you're young, whether you're older, whether you're faster, stronger, if you continue to work, learn your pace, the sky's the limit for you. And I promise that.
Let's take this moment to see some of Ice's skills. You're going to really be impressed. Okay, Ice, here's the last NBA question of the night, and then we'll bring you back and get into some more NBA stuff over the next couple of weeks.
All right, awesome.
Here's the biggest question of them all, dealing with the NBA.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
is LeBron done or what, man? I mean, does he need to sit down or what, bro? I mean, seriously.
I don't know. I don't know, but hey, Sawyer, Sean, I'm gonna need this clip after this.
I need to know, man. I mean,
Hey, Sawyer, is
come
this
on, bro.
thing
No
on, man? God,
disrespect. No disrespect. Does LeBron
I
need
need
to
this
sit
thing.
down or what,
I
bro?
need this
Come
thing to
on,
be.
man. Come on, man.
Okay. Yeah, question of the year, y'all. It ain't even the months ain't even over yet. Yeah, I need to go
It's
to
a
the biz
loaded
room
question, too.
with
Trust me.
Sawyer, with everybody involved, with Future and Sean Stewart. This is the best. This is the best part. I want to be on here next Friday, please.
Come on, bro. Tell me. Let me get my
Yes,
tissue. Let me get my
yes,
tissue.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go.
Okay,
And does that brother
okay.
need to sit down or what, bro?
I,
If you ask
I,
me, man, but I'm not. It's not
okay,
my interview. Do you think
okay.
he needs to sit down? Seriously.
All right. Okay. 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 And okay, I'll start like this if I may, of course. So Sean, you, everybody involved, even me, not saying like that, but obviously, you being a OG to me or big brother role model type of thing, everybody involved with the men room as well, has shown me nothing but love. And I want to say, Sean, you being, like being willing to ask me, I can only go off of what I'll say is, personal experience, of course, and personal observation, etc. And
Right,
and
right.
and I'll answer it off of that if I may, and say that like I said again, I know it's people in LeBron's circle, some of the guys that have played with him, we've trained with them. I've been, same building as LeBron, basketball tournaments, Cuffs being training him sometimes, being one of his best friends. I want to answer and say the fact that I've seen a lot of players be very young and be done. They go overseas, etc. But just the grit, and and the dedication that you have to be, in the National Basketball Players Association, of course.
Yeah, the fight's gone.
Yes, sir. It is a different level, despite the fact that they do get paid millions. Whatever anybody's perspective is, those people are in the gym every single day. And I'm telling you from my own experiences, like, personally.
Wow.
Of course they do what, everyone wants to have fun or be with their family, etc. But every time I'm on a FaceTime or whatever, they're either, hey bro, I'm on the way to the gym, or they're leaving the gym. And this is sun up and sun down type of thing.
Wow. Wow.
And when we get to like LeBron, etc., and I hope we'll clip in, by all means, this pass through one of his, TLs and everything like that. So I want to say that I believe that he at least has a year. I'm not gonna say that it's necessarily, oh, he wants to start or he is starting. I'm not gonna say that he may not have 2 years. I believe that he may, he conditions and trains, obviously it's the king, you know what I mean? So he doesn't have to act,
right.
He wakes up with what he needs, not saying, it's like that, but it is.
He doesn't have to catch up. He's already where he needs to
be.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir. So I think that he can be underestimated for the fact that, hey, the grades may be coming in, you know what I mean? The grades may be coming in, Sean. Here you go, son. The grades may be coming in, but I'll say this. I'll say this. The fact that he can still not only get up and down the floor, the little spurts of here, he may have 15 here, you know what I mean? But he's still getting the team involved. I think that let's go like, next year. I believe he still will be could easily be a 6-man to a star-studded team. just because of the fact
Right.
that obviously, you know, he's willing to be a coach on the floor. He'll be able to still bring the ball down the floor. Hey, he's built like a Greek god. You know, just his experience in the game. You know, no one can take away all the things that he's been through and all the adversity that he's faced and is still here playing at this very moment. You know, and that goes for mentally and physically, I believe, Sean. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because whether you know what I mean. I've seen dogs turn into poodles. You know, because of someone that is their same size, same build, same height, same speed, etc. You know what I mean? And
Right.
one thing I've known LeBron James to do, whether it's least personally or the person that's maybe rich, his guy's agent friend. LeBron's never been known to back down, and I can stand on that. I'll stand on that right now. LeBron's never been known to back down, and you can't possibly tell me a story that he has. For example, I don't know if you've heard the story, you know what I mean, Sean, but I'll say this on the men's room. But I originally am from the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Right.
So I've seen and grew up. I want to clip this. Grew up. My sisters were going to school with Kevin Durant. We were going to school with LeBron, with Michael Beasley.
Okay.
Because they all were on. They all were in that same circuit. The Springbrook, DC Blue Devil. Maybe some of y'all have heard of Oak Hill. Oak Hill Academy.
Sure.
That
Carmelo,
whole circuit. That whole circuit, bro. Everybody was playing. I'm talking about, and all those players. Like I happen to one. That was the other one. And Lethal Shooter. So Michael Beasley, Lethal Shooter, Kevin Durant. They all were in the high school, DC, Maryland, Virginia, giving everybody buckets. And that's the times that my sisters were going to school, you know what I mean? And I was a youngin' going into those gyms, knowing that, hey, these guys are really good, and got to see, these guys were actually good enough to, excel to get to that last point.
Right.
And I commend, people like, Lethal Shooter, of course, for what he does and stuff like that. And me as not only Lethal Shooter, but obviously Michael Beasley. I want to give a shout out to Michael Beasley because he never stopped, you know what I mean? And like he says, all he wanted to do, Sean, was play basketball. And look where not stopping playing basketball got him. You got what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Look where not playing not stopping hooping got him. And now, obviously it's a scene that I'm trying to get familiar with as well. I love to have a chat on that about the 1v1 scene because now he's a catalyst for Baller's life, like, you know what I mean? So next chapter as well, like, especially next chapter.
We're gonna speak about that 1v1 towards the end of the
Awesome.
show, and also after the show, talk about getting you a platform for that.
Awesome.
Here's another question. So let's bring it home now. Let's bring it.
Yes, sir.
Local.
Yes, sir.
How important do you feel like mental health and physical health is when you're involved in sports?
Okay.
Do you think that mental health plays a factor?
I think that mental health. I want to say this. I think that mental health plays the first factor, and there's so many things that can go behind this, right, Sean?
Right.
But I'm gonna say this one. Or I'll use an example. I can say that never give up, or push past your limit. I'm gonna use an example though that I don't necessarily remember. Maybe you can help remind me, etc. But the movie Remember the Titans, and the fact that when they had Buddy crawling, to the line. You got me? Do you remember that?
I got you.
Just the fact that I've seen. Here we go again. I've seen people. Now we're talking about people that don't train every day or whatever. Of course, if you're involved on a team, etc., like that, I hope that you train, especially if you're on my team. If you're not doing what you're doing, if you're just coming to the skill lab, getting training, and you're going next day, and you're not getting shots up or whatever, then I tell anybody from pro all the way down that I train with, just bro, what we're doing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What are we doing it for? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'll say also this, that I've seen kids that weren't the necessarily fittest, weren't the fastest, didn't have the best dribble, but their mentality when they came to the game was, okay, I got 3 moves, and if this guy don't stop my 3 moves and I get them off, I'm gonna play with with these 3 moves, and they ended up, you know what I mean? So I just like mental is a big part of it, because as soon as you think like as soon as you think you're done, or you think that oh bro, I ain't got it, because confidence is a big thing for me, because I've had to deal with so much different things, like I said, again, on and off the court. So once again, sometimes people want to come before the game with a good mindset.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that does matter. I've seen people. I'll give a shout out to another Dookie, Jordan McCain.
We lost your camera, Ice.
Okay. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I want to give another shout out to Jordan, to another Duke person named Jordan McCain, though. So Jordan McCain, he listens, he listens to, I believe it's what type of music it is? It's like chill step type of thing, though, like, but frequency vibes, and he does like yoga stances before the game. You know what I mean? So just his mental preparation is not only like, it's not only so settled into the fact to where, like, he can only hone into himself, and the confidence is just going to only raise. I give another example. Victor Wembanyama. The fact that he's doing stuff with Shaolin monks.
Wow.
I can't. You can't teach stuff like that.
So here's another.
You can exemplify. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta want it up here. So I think as soon as if you can have your mental right, then physically it's no problem. Whether you're long, short, you know what I mean? You can get that. You can get in the gym, but we can stay in the gym.
Okay. Well,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know if people know or not, but you're a father. You're a family man, and
yes, sir.
We appreciate that here at the men's room. So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
What's a good balance between home life and your sports life? What do you feel like is a good balance? Like, if I'm out shooting ball, or I'm out playing football, whatever, or playing pool. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm playing pool, I'm in a pool league, and I'm at the pool league, let's say four nights out of the week, right?
Yes, sir.
And in tournaments on the weekends. That wouldn't save me a lot of time to participate in my home life.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
What do you feel like is a good balance to keep things, good at home? Keep making the buckets at the house as well.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
This is the men's room. So we gotta speak. We gotta touch all bases that men think
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. If I could say, okay. I can start off the court and say, I've been, if you know me personally or whatever, I've been a father for almost like 10 plus years. And it started when I was about 21. And, I still had to, I could, still attended played at college. Still played for college, you know what I mean? Had, all the pro teams, calling me. Um, I had some, a lot of opportunities overseas, etc. I was at a time where I know people have kids, younger than that, you know what I mean? But just I was fresh out of high school, you know what I mean? Maybe not exactly fresh, but
Right.
you're finding yourself in a sense, between those early 20s, especially 18 to 21. So I'm not gonna say it was a bit unexpected as far as my perspective in my life, damn, I'm already like gonna be a dad, and at that time, like I said, I was trying to stay fit, physically, keep balling, what I mean, just to stay prepared for a team to call, you know what I mean, or for that tryout that I wanted, etc. And like heck, 2 years later, shout out to Josh Humphrey, Armand. They were the owners of our team at the moment. One of the best professional teams to ever be organized, the Wilmington Heat. We went 12-0. Shout out to everybody on that team, Machias Fields, Nick Freeman. They're all over. They're both playing in Thailand right now, and they actually are like the top 2 Thailand players. Like I believe in general. And everybody on that team, we were awesome. You know what I mean? Without getting into it too much, it didn't necessarily work out for us to be long term. But we were just about to get advanced up into I believe almost like G League or TBA, just because we were so good. We were destroying everybody, Sean. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like you said again, I was still trying to balance that with being a father, and that was it. That was me driving to Wilmington, you know what I mean? Then thank God that I had people blessed around me, like my parents, to be in the area, and if I couldn't bring the kids, you know what I mean, they would be there. So also to tie in what you're asking, for the balance of basketball or whatever you're training, coaching, whatever the fact may be, and you know what I mean, you have kids or you have a life at home, you have wife, girlfriend, baby mother, whatever the fact may be at home, despite y'all trying to, give 50-50 effort, same thing on the basketball court, I gotta give a 50-50 effort or 100 effort, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that would be one of my answers to your question, is the fact that you have to give the same effort, to be a team. So teamwork works on and off the court for you to be a team. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And also surrounding cast, let's say the coaches or whatever, your trainers or even the people, the bench players, the sixth man all the way to the 12th man. If they're not on the same page, just I need to, hey, ask my parents or her parents, or what I mean, hey, I need to get to this game or I need to go train this kid, and we, you know what I mean, they're helping us out, we're on the same team, then they're on our team too.
That's right.
So the team has to work together, to get the win or to get the bucket, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much the answer in a broad statement, pretty, you know what I mean, just
very
anybody
good
that's trying to, anybody that's a father or early father, and you're trying to balance, you know what I mean, you're getting to the gym or getting to your game, and you're having the kid at home. I'll say this, make sure the ones that are really trying to help you, which in other words the teammates that are actually giving effort, make sure you show that same effort back to them.
That's right.
And I also want to say this also, and I think Sean has even been there a couple of times. I'll say this, I love to clip this as well, that I have also been in the same gyms, the same games I've had with my children. That car seat, Sean, was there, and it was live. You hear me? That car seat. Right. I'm talking about that stroller. Even whether it was the 1-seat stroller, now it's the 2-seat stroller. That stroller. Hey, now it's almost 3 Street stroller. Now that's a little reveal for everybody. I might have to put that on my own page. But hey, congratulations to Sean, Sawyer, and all y'all new granddads very soon. Or new uncles, you feel me? Very soon again.
Granddad and Sawyer new uncle. Granddad 2 times over.
Okay, yeah. Stop. but yeah, facts. So now be the 3 Street stroller. That stroller will be there if it needs to be. You know what I mean? And we're all on the same page about it. Because I also say this that because I would love for a lot of people to know this, but when Legend was born, which is my son, right. This is my second son that I've had. But when Legend was born, the first day, and people can say that thing, have a phobia, you know what I mean, or whatever the fact may be. Which I'm I like to be, like real tidy and clean at times as well, etc. Right? But I would never make sure that I could forget this, so that it would be a memory that we never forget, as well. But his first day when I left that hospital, right? First day, first hour of him coming out that hospital, we did not go home. We did not go eat. We were hungry. We wanted to go eat after. But do you know the first place that we went to, Sean?
Man, where'd you go, man? Where'd you go?
It was the basketball gym.
Are you serious?
I have a picture. Got the video of it. It's brand new. I'm talking about with the hospital blanket with the stripe on it. You feel me? Because you can't even get them out.
Yeah, you can't get that out of the store.
When they had it and everything, yes, I'm talking about the brand $300 ABC. I walked that thing here, and his first hours on this earth spent in the gym, and I'm
Wow. So repeat.
I wanted him to have that. I wanted him to have that ambience. You know what I mean? I wanted him to have that feeling off the jump, have the smell off the jump, have the sounds off the jump.
You said what? You said you took him in the hospital blanket where?
Into the basketball gym. This is not a frozen frame. I'm smiling, brother, from cheek to cheek. You see me, Sawyer? Welcome to the room. Welcome to the men's room, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. I love it.
Hey, so I tell you, she just reminded me though, and I tell you this: so for the first month or two, right? The first 6 months, half a year, or whatever, right? But he would be at my practices or whatever like that. He'd come in whining, and when we started practice, about 5 minutes later, that man would be asleep from the sounds of the basketballs dripping and the squeaking of the shoes.
That's what's up, man. That's
usually with irritated kids, you know what I'm saying? They'd probably cry even more.
Yeah.
But man, that man loved it, man. I think it settled him down. And like I told you, like I've told you, multiple times with us having personal conversations, etc. But in a sense, basketball really did save my life. So I wanna make sure that translates to them, and they know that if they ever needed an outlet, that would be one for them as well.
Look, man, I'm gonna have you back on the show, man, because I really enjoyed the conversation. We're towards the end of the show now, and I want to give you this room to let everybody know where they're gonna see, where's your next game, or where are you training at, what classes you may offer, and so forth.
Okay.
You got the floor, brother. Yeah, where can they find you?
Okay, so the ball is in my court.
Yes, sir. The ball's in your court.
Also, hey, I usually like when it's like that. I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, well, so I just want to say, y'all, I want to say shout out to the men's room. Shout out to everybody involved in the men's room. This was a spectacular time. I don't think if I may commend the men's room and everybody involved, I don't think people still realize to this day any big platform all the way to the fact that you have a circle and we talk about basketball with life and they're all working towards a goal. Man, look at what's happening, man. I'm not saying I'm the brightest star out there, but I believe I am, you know what I'm saying? And the people that know me or the people that know of me or if they ask, they would say, that all the motion that I can have going on, the fact that y'all are willing to ask me and put other people on, and even if those people don't, what could just catapult or result from this, and y'all just being great, a great company and program and platform on y'all's own, man. I think the sky's the limit for y'all. I just want to shout the men's room before I even keep going on myself.
I appreciate that, man. We appreciate that, brother. We really do. We appreciate that. We try, man. We try to work hard, man, and be all inclusive.
Yes, sir. And I see it. And I don't think it'll stretch too far past the business standpoint. But hey, look, the men's room rescheduled for me twice. Now, if that ain't some real stuff, y'all, I don't know what it is. Okay, and the people that don't know me, all right, like, I might be flashing me late, might be flashing me early, but man, the fact that y'all kept going with me, I just want to say thank y'all again.
For sure, brother.
Thank y'all again, especially for my, I have a busy schedule at times. Not saying everybody doesn't, not saying everybody doesn't have their own life, but that's also why I want to appreciate y'all because y'all got your own lives going on. Y'all could be interviewing someone else right now, but y'all still chose to get me on the show, and I appreciate that.
For sure. Man, the next interview, I'll come out to one of the games or either one of your training sessions, and then I'll have a talk with you right after one of those, and we'll see how things go. Reach out to me offline, brother, man. You be safe, man, and you got a beautiful family. Y'all be safe, man, and we'll be speaking to you soon, man. Thanks for coming on the men's room.
Thank you so much. And y'all can catch me Instagram at Ice Murray Curry, and Facebook, Isaac Cooper or at Ice Murray Curry as well. You already know, man. Me and Sean, hey, everything we post, man, you already know. Hey, it's only up from here, man. Anthony Porter, Impossible Skills Lab. Everybody from pro to fifth grade, whether you want to play AAU, whether you want to, improve your skill set, we do skill development. You know what I'm saying? You can Google us. We're the top training company besides the NBA's training company, and I just look forward to doing the show again, like I said, and also y'all can catch me, in 1v1s. Shout out to everybody that's been involved with me. Shout out to any other platforms that's also reached out to me. Shout out to the players that I be with. Josh Bell. Shout out to him. He recently won, a Ball Is Life tournament. Then he tried to put me on 1v1s going all the way up. Shout out to my boy DJ. You know what I'm saying? 1v1s. Shout out to Get Out the Net Hoops. Big Raleigh, Wake County platform going up. Shout out to I Just Want to Hoop. That's James Ray. Shout out to everybody involved. Shout out to Top Rab. Shout out to Reek. Everybody know who they are, man. Shout out to my boy Fit. Shout out to Marvin Taylor, Alpha League. Man, shout out to everybody. Y'all know I ain't missing no names on purpose, man. Hey, shout out to Steph. Everybody, man. Everybody involved in supporting me, man. I shoot you 100%, man, for real.